Well, hey again, everyone. This is Bob from Hot Rock Central, and in today's video, I'm going to review two Gentry solar inverters. And over there, you see there's a 48 volt 6 kW inverter, and over here, I've got a 24 volt 6 kW inverter. This one here, I ordered right in the heat of COVID and got it about it was June 2020, and boy, was it a hassle to get it. And this one here, I ordered about a year later. Well, in a general summary, I'd say these Gentry solar inverters are a real beast. You can't run these things down. I mean, they just keep going and going and going, and just put out an enormous amount of power, and they don't seem to care. The only thing is there are some issues and annoyances about these things that I'll tell you about in a few minutes that I don't really like, but apparently, they're working on the software little by little to get all the bugs worked out. But in general, I'd say, I'm pretty satisfied with it, and I'd order another one, or another couple, actually. And I will order another couple, actually, just to back up these two here. That way, if any of them go down, I got one replaced right away, send it back to the shop and get it fixed, and have another one for spare again. But anyways, first of all, we'll get into the backstory about this company. Apparently, the guy that makes these things, he was a power jack service center where he fixed power jack converters. And I guess one day he decided, well, these things aren't halfway too bad if they just put in some better parts and better materials or whatever. So I guess he got together with an electronics engineer, and they put their heads together and they said, hey, well, we can do this and we can do that, and we can come up with a really good inverter that will compete with just about anything on the market. And sure enough, they did it. But now they didn't get all the bugs worked out right off the start. So there are a few here and there, and then they're more annoying than anything else. But overall, the product works pretty good, and I don't have too many complaints about it. One of them, though, is that on this particular unit here, it appears to have a dirty sine wave on it, and just so happens it wouldn't run my washing machine. My washing machine just went totally nuts trying to run off this inverter here. Fortunately, Sid, the guy's electronics engineer up there, came up with a simple solution, and just those few capacitors right there took care of the problem. So, but I think it's because that sine wave there it isn't perfectly smooth like it should be. Where on the other hand, on the newer version, it's got a nice smooth sine wave. However, I haven't tried that on the washing machine all by itself without those capacitors on it to find out if it'll actually run the washing machine. But I have a feeling it probably will. The other thing is it's more annoying than anything else. And as you can see, I've got these what you might call baffles on here to try to suppress some of the fan noise, because when this thing's running above 50%, it sounds like a jet airplane's running in the air. And really, you can't even have a conversation with anybody standing next to it because it's just too damn loud. So I put those on there, and they've got air coming in from the bottom and through the top here on both of them here. So they still got adequate ventilation like they should. And they don't help a whole lot, but every little bit helps, especially as loud as this thing gets. On the other hand, this one over here, I don't know if they did something different with it, different fans, or maybe there's just more guts in there absorbing the sound. But the volume of the fans on this is half of what it is on this over here. I mean, this thing's actually pleasant to be around, even under a heavy load. So anyways, I hope I'll be ordering some more of these in the future, because I'm going to need some backups for these things, and I like them enough that I do want to get some backups. Hopefully they'll get all that stuff straightened out by then. The other thing is they've got a kilowatt tally meter on this unit here, and they do on this one, although I haven't really checked that one out yet. But this one here reads tremendously higher than what it actually creates. Like I've got, where is it? Yeah, there's a kilowatt meter right up there. right next to the charger. And that reads accurately how many kilowatts that I'm producing. Whereas this right here will almost show double the kilowatts created by that machine, which isn't correct. So I don't know what the problem is with that, but maybe they can look into that and figure that out. Now, on this particular unit here, one of the problems that I have with this that I don't have with this is this unit here, as soon as the load kicks in, it's like bam. I mean, it just picks it right up. Whereas this one right here, I could snap my finger. By the time I get done snapping my finger, then it'll finally pick up the load and stabilize. Otherwise, you know, the lights are dimming all the time, and sometimes I have to reset some of my equipment because it reboots because the power goes so low. Now, Sid did send in an update that did help a little bit, but it's still not like it should be. So I hope they can get that straightened out. But other than that, it seems to be okay. Other than that one thing there, and other than being a little annoying, it's working pretty good. So, anyways, that's my opinion about these inverters here. They're not perfect, but for the money, it's probably about the best thing you can get on the market. And the only other thing is I had a hell of a time trying to get the Wi-Fi hooked up to this thing here. And it's mostly my fault because my modem has two separate Wi-Fis in it, one for guest and a normal one there. And I guess it had trouble or got confused trying to differentiate between the two. And I never could get it to hook up until finally I did some modifications on the modem. And that was frustrating because I had to hire a computer guy to come over here to figure it out for me. And it cost me $130. So I wasted money on that stupid Wi-Fi thing that doesn't seem to work very well. Or it doesn't work easily anyways. Anyways, other than that, these guys here are putting out a good inverter, and y'all ought to keep them busy putting out some because from what I understand, the guy that owns the company has to go out and do a second job just to make ends meet. And with an inverter as good as this, really this should be all he has to do is just keep on making inverters. Oh, and the other thing is too is these things they can customize these things, whereas you know like for example this grow watt I got over here, you know, that's a 6 kW grow watt, but it's split phase, and I can't combine the phases to get 6,000 watts just out of 120 volts. It won't work. Whereas this right here, and same on the other one, they can customize it for any voltage, input voltage or output voltage, 240, 120, single phase. And on top of that, one thing you can't get out of these other companies is I got this. Now I like to remotely control my inverters, so I've got a remote switch there, and I've got a remote switch there, and now who else? What other company is going to do that for you? So I mean, so there's a you know, a lot of good to this company here as far as what you get for your money. The only problem I would say about it is when I first ordered this 48 volt unit during the heat of COVID and stuff like that, well, the shipment came in about a month late, and then for some reason, because I ordered a special order of having the remote switch put in, somehow communication got lost between getting the part to order for it and getting it in there. And that took another month, and that was really frustrating. And pretty much the same thing happened to this, although it didn't take as long. It probably just a couple of weeks longer than what it should have. So really, I mean, it's just two guys running a company, and they probably got a ton of things to do and think about. So, you know, I slipped through the cracks, and it's frustrating for me, but that kind of crap happens sometimes, I guess. So anyways, that's my story on my Genetry inverters here, and I think you do good to get yourself one because they're about as good as they get, I guess. I don't really see anything else out there that compares to what these things can do. So anyways, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see y'all again on the next one.